to Instagram and YouTube. My Instagram handles are below at CVMK33, and you know what to do. You can subscribe to the link below. YouTube at CV Space K. You can also follow on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, and where all podcasts are stored and housed. I have an amazing episode. This episode is dealing with Mary Kay. This kind of recent resurge of a phenomenon of a company and just some rising influencers within the company that I want to get into it, and kind of figure out why go down this path? What is driving this energy? So I've asked these amazing ladies to be on the show. They're amazing. They're awesome. I can't do them justice. So I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves, starting with none other than First Lady Jasmine Spencer.
Really, that was unnecessary, but thanks for having me back. I'm glad to be here.
Also, Viola, if you can introduce yourself.
Off mute. Oh, hey, everybody. I'm Viola Harrel. I'm a missionary. I'm a visionary and an entrepreneur. I'm very excited to be a part of the Mary Kay family and have this conversation tonight.
Perfect. And someone I've just met for the first time, and I'm super excited because I've heard so much. I've actually heard this person on the phone with my wife and then my cousin Diamond, so I'm familiar with the voice, is not familiar with herself. Nealita, if you can introduce yourself.
Great day, everybody. This is Nealita Callahan, and I'm a sales director with Mary Kay. Super excited to be here, as well as a seasoned educator in the public school systems.
Perfect. And none other than the infamous Diamond Walls. If you can introduce yourself.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Diamond Walls. I am a director in qualification with Mary Kay, as well as an educator in CICS Loomis Longwood. So I'm excited. Perfect.
Well, look, I'm excited for you guys. First question, right? I'm throwing it to you, First Lady Spencer. Why? Right? Like, you could have sold weed. Why Mary Kay? What is so fascinating with Mary Kay? What is your why behind all this?
Honestly, I get bullied by Diamond. No, but seriously, I was looking to join Mary Kay maybe like 2 years ago, just because I wanted another stream of income. Really didn't have the space to get into doing t-shirts and customizing stuff like that. So just something that I could kind of do where I didn't need a whole lot of space. It was something I was already knowledgeable about: makeup, washing your face, skincare, kind of basic stuff. So it wasn't like you had to learn a whole new skill or anything. And in talking to Diamond, she didn't bully me, but she did present an opportunity that was at a wonderful price point. So I just couldn't pass it up. So I had to jump right in.
Perfect. I like it. Viola, what is your why? Why go down this path?
So for me, I joined Mary Kay for the sisterhood, for one, and also I didn't really grow up wearing makeup and knowing how to apply it. I've always had pretty decent skin, and so I wanted to be educated so that I can better educate other people. I kind of recruited myself. Diamond had a party, and so when Nealita was going through the slides, I saw a product that I really wanted to try, and so I just told her afterwards, like, you know what, I'm just gonna do this with you. So yeah, I just did it for those reasons.
Perfect. And Diamond Walls, I've heard that you're kind of a bully in recruiting people. Why Mary Kay for you?
So first, I'm not a bully. I just like to present opportunities in a way so people can really see themselves and see how beneficial it can be. I did not bully people. Okay. For me, listen, let's be honest. My why was not to teach myself skincare, was not to teach other people skincare. My why was not even to have extra income. My why is sitting right over there on that screen, which is Nealita. Nealita called me. Now, mind you, she called me several times to try to get me to join. I told her, nope. I'm busy. I got my own thing. I got my own businesses. I don't have time for Mary or Kay. And so this last time, I think she planned it. It was on her birthday. And so she called me up and says, Diamond, I need you. I got a big goal and I know you'll be awesome. And so I said, you know what? I'm not going to run no more. For you, I'll do it. And so Nealita is actually my why. The reason I stayed is so much more, but she was the reason why I said yes.
Perfect. That makes sense. So Nealita, you're the reason. You're the ringleader, right? You're the all trails and all roads lead to you. Why this push? I mean, what was your why? Well, originally, before we go any further, what was your why that attracts you to Mary Kay?
So if I can just be honest, I wasn't looking for Mary or Kay. I kind of told this story last night really quickly. I was what you call degree bougie.
Sure.
I had my bachelor's and I had been teaching for a while. We had a 2-income household, my husband and I, and we met at college. And so we had 4 kids. We had just had my daughter. But to make a long story short, we ended up losing half of our income. And it just so happened that a young lady came to my home and she gave me a facial. This is, of course, before COVID. Right. And she walked me through on how to wash my face, because if I could just be transparent, I was not a Viola or a Jasmine. I didn't wash my face with, it was not good. Okay. So it was all new. It was an all new skill for me. And so I said yes, basically because I wanted a second stream. I wanted the money if nobody else wanted it. That's why I started for a second stream of income. So I could work at my own pace.
Sure.
So here I am 8 years ago, 8 years later.
8 years. I like it. I appreciate your honesty. So you were degree bougie. So life turn of events, you wanted to take more control into your hands, right? And Mary Kay kind of just unfolded itself. So what really is the attraction, right? Like I get it, for one, it's another stream of income. For another, it's sisterhood. For another, it's a cool craft that can generate some positivity. But what really is the benefit? Like when you're talking to people in Nealita, like what do you tell them? Like what is Mary Kay gonna provide?
So I didn't know what it was going to provide in the beginning. And so it was, me just having it was a walk of faith is what it was, and trusting this lady who I didn't know, and who was really nice and knowledgeable. And what she told me was, you give me a year in this business, and if you don't like it, you can walk away. So I was like, okay. And so what I have found is that what attracts people, I feel like what attracts people is that this is a vehicle of empowerment. Mary Kay is so much more than the surface that everybody sees. And a lot of times people will shoot it down before they get a chance to honestly see what this company has to offer. This group of women that I love to work with, they celebrate you, make you feel good. We teach women how to feel good, not on just the outside, but the inside as well. We have amazing leadership in this company that they will just pour into you. We really work to make you see what somebody saw something in me, which is why I'm here, that I couldn't see for myself at one point. And I feel like it's important when I see something in another woman. These women on this panel right here are powerhouses. And it is my job and my duty to make sure that I give them the tools that they need to be able to apply, not just in Mary Kay, but just in their day-to-day ventures on being a woman, just in loving yourself and feeling good. And because when you experience all of that, is when you can take what God has given you to transform into so much more and something greater. And I did say God because I love Mary Kay, because it's the fact that they are a Christian-based company, and it is God first, family second, and career third. And I love it because of that. And that's another thing that attracts these women to this business, because you come into a circle or you come into a meeting, and the first thing we're doing is giving honor to God, because he is the head of all of us. And so, and you don't have to be afraid to let that be known, as if like I'm a teacher. So, separation of church and state, you got to be careful what you say there. But in this environment, no, it's so much more. It's so much more.
I like it. I like it. So Powerhouse Diamond, right? Nealita talked about these women are powerhouses, Powerhouse Diamond. What has it provided you? What benefit? Like what were you lacking prior, and then now that you've obtained that you have really placed your investment and your energy into?
So for me, if anybody knows me, everybody knows that I'm a giver. I constantly pour and pour and pour into whoever needs it, whether it's as young as youth or people my age or even people older that I just see who need encouragement. And so one thing that this company, specifically our future national area, has provided me is an avenue of people to pour back into me. Because sometimes the people who are constantly pouring and pouring and pouring don't necessarily have something that pours back into you. And so we get empty. And so this company, like I said, these women that I work with, they constantly pour into me, which helps to keep me going.
I like it. I like it. And if you want to pour into me, you know how you support into me? You first of all, you subscribe to the YouTube page below. That's one way you pour. The second thing is you give a prophet a cool drink of water by supporting a brother. Here's my cash app. That's how you pour into me. So Missionary Viola, look, you are now in this. You're a powerhouse, and you've stated your reasons, your own why. And like you said, you didn't grow up wearing makeup. So, you wanted to learn more. This really intrigued you. How do you create separation? Because there's a bit of competitiveness with this, right? Like, obviously, the goal is empowerment. Okay, but, you still want, I keep hearing this red jacket. Right. I don't even know what the red jacket is. Right. But I keep hearing the red jacket. You want to get to a certain level. So how do you create that degree of separation?
So for me, it's the confidence. And actually, Nealita, she really helped me with that because she will always message me in the beginning because I'm a part-timer in Mary Kay. And so she will always send me messages to boost my confidence. Sometimes I think we are our worst critics. And so like once she not only saying we're powerhouses, but she told me, Viola, you can do this. Viola, look at what all you accomplished within your first month of Mary Kay. So that built up my confidence. And now it's like, I've transitioned from like being nervous about presenting opportunities to telling people like, listen, this is something that you should do because what is done for me within a short amount of time and being part-time. And so I just have the confidence of even when people say, oh no, that's not for me or, whatever rebuttals, I just like continue to go forward and go to the next person and not give up. So it's definitely the confidence for me.
Perfect. I like the confidence. First Lady Jasmine, so how do you create this degree of separation, right? Confidence, right? Like what is driving this? You're in Tennessee, correct? Right? You're down. Yeah, you're down in the dirty, right? So you're away from Chicago. What is pushing you, right? Like what's that motivating force for you?
I think me being away is part of my motivating force, that I actually go outside of that comfort level. Whereas if I was at home, I could call all my family and be like, here, I come to the house, we're going to watch this and just buy it. Well, now I actually have to wear the product, talk to people about it, go outside people that I don't know. So it's like, it's a force of, you got to do what you have to do. You're here now. You said this is what you want to do. You have everybody around you that's inspiring you. So now what are you going to bring to the table? So it's either at this point for me, it's like do or die. Like either you're going to do it or you're not. And it's helped me to even meet people here. So even if I wear it, I work from home for my day job, so I don't look like this during the day. But like when I work on weekends at Bath and Body Works, 9 times out of 10, if you come to the store, I'm going to look like this for no other reason than to talk about something other than candles, talk about some skincare, some makeup, throw that in there while I'm trying to sell you a candle. And it's like Viola was saying, it's the confidence booster. Like, I know nobody here, but to be able to branch out and actually have that conversation, it's inspiring about yourself. Like, now this is what I can do. You can see your own personal growth.
Let me follow up with that, Jasmine. Is there just listening to all of you, it seems like there's a congruent theme, right? Almost like a void that has been filled, that something was missing. I don't know if it's systemic. I don't know if it's just particularly affecting a particular demographic, but why was there an absence of confidence before? Like, like, let's say for me, right? Like, I don't think the gym makes me more confident. I just like doing it, right? Like, I'm this mode all the time. The gym just adds a certain flair to it, right? So what was lacking? Why is there this lack of confidence that now all of a sudden this group and this organization is providing?
I wouldn't say it was so much a lack, but a lot of times you don't know what you can do until you do it.
Sure.
So even like with you going to the gym, you enjoy going to the gym, but doing your power squats and stuff, you didn't know, you could max out the way you can until you started doing it. You didn't know you had those muscles and how far they could go. So you knew you had, even with this, you knew you had some kind of influence. People ask me all the time, as far as like my clothes, where you get this from, where you get that made, this, that, and the third. So you have your sphere of influence, but now when you can influence people in a way that's different, it's a different opportunity that's presented to you. Now, I'm not just influencing you on, okay, go shop at Fashion Nova or Shein or something. Now I'm giving you a skill or a tool that you can do that'll help you. It'll make you feel more confident. So if you grew up like me, fourth generation Kojic, you didn't wear makeup like that till you went to college. So if you don't know, a mascara from now concealer, now I can give you those practical steps in a environment where you feel okay. It's not like you'll be ashamed for not knowing it. You'll feel comfortable. It'll be like we're learning together, and then you're empowering someone else with a skill that they didn't know they
had. Perfect.
Can I piggyback off of that really quick?
Sure.
Because for me, so yes, I started for the extra money, but what I didn't know is that I was really struggling with myself. So I don't think it was a lack that I was missing, but true story. My husband, we had just had 4 children, and he would say, "You need to get out the house." So for those people who have significant others or husbands, you might know what I'm talking about, because you've been in a house and you've been in this role of being a wife and you've been in this role of being a mom, and so this becomes your routine, and you go to work and then you find yourself not doing anything. I remember he told me one time, "You need to go do something." Well, I have 2 best friends, but we were not in the same stage or phase of life. So it wasn't conducive for me to go hang out with them, because these 2 women did different things than what I like to do at that time. Well, what I will say is what I found was that Mary Kay helped me to reignite what was hidden and what was buried underneath all of those other roles that I had taken a step into. Not that there's nothing wrong with being a wife. I love my husband. Not that there's wrong with being a mom. I love my 4 kids. Right. But I had lost a sense of myself. So by me sticking with it in the beginning, although, I kind of stayed in the basic role of a consultant for a long time, it was making myself go participate. So like Diamond said, somebody could pour into me because I was empty. And in that piece and in people pouring into me, I began to uncover what had been covered so that I could step into the woman God had wanted me to be. And so I don't think it's a matter of you lacking anything and feeling a void. I think it's just a reawakening sometimes, especially for women, because of all of the roles we carry.
Well said. I like it. Let's take it up a notch. Viola, so it uncovers something, right? It unleashes this inner energy, right? Why not create your own thing? So, in entrepreneurship, and this is what it is entrepreneurship, brand association matters, right? You know, brands carry certain messages, certain themes, you know, demographic reach and whatnot. There's a certain reach with every brand, and I understand creating your own brand from scratch and the complexities that exist. It's hard to establish something, but you know, you have your own boutique, correct? And you know, now launching your podcast, right? Why not? And I believe in partnership. And if the answer is just fine, I wanted to partner with the brand that I believe in, I'm completely content with that and comfortable with that notion. But why not? Why not create the Viola line, right? That is all things Viola, right? Like, you know, it's got a catchy name. You could have got with the graphic designer and got your own little logo and made your own little mixes and whatnot. I don't know how makeup is actually mixed. I don't wear it, so can't tell you. But I'm just saying, right? Like, you could have went down a different path if it was just makeup, if all things were equal. Why this one over that one?
It's funny that you say that, because when I first joined, that's what everybody that truly knows me, they ask me that. I joined so that I can learn. To take it back a little bit, I've worked in healthcare in microbiology for 10 years. So then I transitioned because I wanted out and I got a sales position. I was a sales manager. And so when I transitioned, everybody was like, why are you doing that? You need to be a nurse. You need to do this. And my response was, I want to learn before I need to learn what I'm doing. And so being in sales, selling mattresses at that, and making that company $115,000 in 7 months, it taught me how to do things for myself. And so when I got with Mary Kay, it was a certain process. I wanted to see, how they were posting and the things that they, as far as in the meetings, like how they would give us advice on like bookkeeping and certain things that I didn't really know. I actually used that. And so I actually started using one of the products that we have, and I had an allergic reaction. And it was then after I sent Nealita the pictures, I'm like, my face is horrible. I started looking into my own. Of course, I use the Naturally line, our vegan skincare, but I've started working on things. So it's really just a matter of time for me. And I also have to, test certain experiments, but I'm definitely going to have my own skincare line.
Sure. I like it. I was nudging. I was like, I'm gonna dig this, see where I can go. Powerhouse Diamond. You are a sale or two or whatever away from this red jacket experience, right? Knocking at it if you haven't already achieved it. If you have, congratulations. I might be a late comer to the party. What's next, right? Like, I'll just speak for myself. Last year I think I had a good run in my podcast, right? Like, wow, every episode was like it was building. Come November, I was a little burnt out just about the whole thing. I was like, man, I can't think of any more ideas. I'm sure I'm getting on my nerves gas because I keep asking to be on the show. I've asked Jasmine like 1,000 times to be on the show. I was like, I'm just tired. I don't know what else to talk about. I feel like I'm just recreating the wheel. And what was next? And then I realized what's next is not height, it's depth, right? Like the foundation has to be, laid. So what's next for you, right? You have championed Mary Kay. You've been a pioneer. Our family has heard your sales pitch at least once. You got my brother selling Mary Kay now, which is a new shock for me, seeing my brother go live with Mary Kay. Right? You're crossing over boundaries. What's next for you, Powerhouse Diamond?
So actually, Cody, I actually received my red jacket back in the month of August. And so it's time to get out of the red jacket. And so in 5 days, I will be retiring the red jacket as I transition over into a sales director position. And so, because I'm already claiming that, I won't say that's next. But for me, what's next is to continue to building this dynasty unit. Because as Nealita said, Jasmine and Viola are both powerhouses. And so just to continue to pour into each and every one that is in our unit, to continue to push forward, to get everything that they desire out of this company, And for me personally, my next goal is to achieve my car in Mary Kay, as well as to continue moving up the leadership ladder and becoming a senior sales director.
Awesome. Nealita, I got a hard one for you. So Mary Kay, like any sales job, has its negatives, right? I work in sales. I can't give the company's name because they're not paying me for this. This is what it is, right? But no company is perfect. That's reasonable. I don't think that's controversial. What is that negative for Mary Kay? You hear a lot of stuff. I mean, I've heard Nutri-Life. I've heard anything you can pretty much name under the sun. Melaleuca, I think that's how it's pronounced, right? I remember my mom tried to sell vitamins back in the day. Melaleuca. What makes this difference? Is this multi-level marketing when people say it's scamish, right? Like what are some of those negatives, and how do you tell people that no, we're not them?
Oh my God, that is such a great question. Prior to Mary Kay, my husband and I, we partnered with another company that was service-based and not product-based. And I did feel like it was sort of scammy at first. And so it made me hesitate, although we did good. And the purpose of that business was to build a residual. So if you know anything about residual, that's where you do all the work up front to create the money coming behind you years to come. So you've already done the work on the front end. And so, so when I got to Mary Kay, I asked a lot of questions before I came. And so now that I am in the business, really, first of all, we're direct sales, okay? And so meaning you have to get your product directly from a salesperson. And so you can't go to CVS or Walgreens to get it. So we're like personal shoppers. That's the first thing. The second thing is I don't feel like this is really scammy. A scam, I feel like, is when you get cheated out of your money or your investments are not protected, or somebody is using you to step on your shoulders to climb to the next level, and then there's no benefit for you. What I would like to say about Mary Kay is anytime I'm moving to the next level, whoever's coming with me, you better believe they're moving to the next level. So I'm not leaving my girls behind. It's like, what's the phrase I want to look for? Like in Trolls, if you've seen that movie, no troll left behind. So it's just like every woman, no woman left behind. If you are working with me, if I'm moving, you're moving. So as I'm moving into the senior sales director position, you better believe Diamond is coming right behind me into the sales director position. And behind her is another young lady coming behind because she's building a red jacket team in there. So it is like this little trickle effect down that if you want it, it's there for you. So there's no glass ceiling in Mary Kay versus a corporate company that has a CEO at the top. Like how many CEOs are there at the top, right, guys? One, right? And how many people get to be the CEO? One. So in Mary Kay, it's a little bit different. It's a lot different because at the top of the top, it's room for everybody to eat. It's about who's going to do the work to get there. It's sort of like, every level you move up in life, the pool gets smaller because it's all about who wants to do the work to get to the next level. And there could be 1,000 LeBrons out there if they did the work to be good like LeBron or Michael Jordan, who basically didn't get really good. He wasn't natural talent. He had to work to get good, and so it's all about what work you want to do to put into it. And as far as being a negative for the company, I really can't say for the company per se. If there was going to be a negative surrounding any direct sales company, it is what level of work are you willing to do to get to where you want to go? And are you going to give up on yourself? That is called self-sabotage. If you don't want to do the work, you're going to self-sabotage yourself. That would be the negative, but that's not for the company. I feel like that's for the individual. So, and being able to control your emotions could be a negative as well. Like if you can't, you're gonna cry every time somebody gonna tell you no. Cody, I've been in this thing for 8 years, and I've earned 2 cars in the company. But I will tell you that I don't remember half them people that laughed at me or told me no.
I get it.
They're a non-factor. Thank you, because you built me up, my resilience.
I believe it. I get told no so harshly on my emails, and I'll be trying to land meetings.
Listen, right?
Just rude stuff. Like, how'd you get this? I'm like, bro, your information is on LinkedIn. Like, I'd be like, if you don't
absolutely
stop.
Like, you gotta have thick skin
Right.
in the game. And I think that's why we do so well, because after a while, this company teaches you to have thick skin and let it roll off, because the bottom line is Jack and Joe over here ain't paying my bills. And if Mary Kay is paying my bills, I got to go get what I need to get. And if they tell me no, okay, bye. I see you.
I like it. On to the next one. Last question for each. Let's try to give a 1 minute response. I'll start with you first, Lady Spencer. What 2021 Mary Kay goal do you have?
2021, to be a little bit more consistent. Timing myself, and that's because I'm literally building from zero with having like nobody here. So my customer base is slowly coming along, but to keep that consistency, I think I'm maybe 1 or 2 people away from my red jacket. So if I could get that, that would be great too. I mean, and in a perfect world, if I could get that car by the end of the year too, hey, let's go for it. Go big or go home.
That'll like go big or go home. Visionary Viola, 2021 Mary Kay goal. What is that for you?
So it's funny, we just had a vision board party the other night, and I put on their red jacket, but I'm so close to my red jacket. My 2021 goal is to be a sales director, and also for me to dedicate myself more to Mary Kay. I was more so a part-timer, and I look back over my little few months, and I realized that if I could just put the energy in for the duration of this year, like I already know director will be nothing. So that's my goal.
I like it. Powerhouse Prophetess Diamond. What is your 2021 Mary Kay goal?
You just adding adjectives in front of that name. I see. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm super excited. So me and Nealita kind of have like this thing where I'm constantly chasing her, right? So because of what I'm going to say, I know she's going to have to go say a little bit higher. So my 2021 goal by December 31st is to have me a pink Cadillac. That's my goal.
Awesome. You think Roger's going to drive the pink Cadillac? Roger's going to be like, I have a pink Cadillac in the driveway. Nealita!
All husbands say they not going to drive the pink car, but when the pink car pull up in the driveway, I haven't met a husband yet that don't drive the pink car. They be driving the wives around.
That's fair. Nealita, what is your 2021 Mary Kay goal?
My ultimate goal, our year ends in June.
Okay.
So our year goes from July to June. So in the Mary Kay year, my goal is to become an elite executive sales director, which is where you have 7 sales directors that are coming behind you. Right now, we're making history in the state of Indiana because the lady who is leading us will be the first African-American woman to become a national sales director in the state of Indiana. Right now, she is the only African-American pink Cadillac driver. And so it is my goal to make sure that she gets there. And so that is by way of making sure Diamond becomes a sales director and whoever else on here want to become a sales director. It's my goal to make sure we get to where we need to get, because all of that will align for her to make history, sort of like, and it's huge, sort of like Kamala being the first African-American VP.
VP, yeah.
He's huge. So, yep, that is my goal.
That's true. Well, look, I want to thank my guests. They have been amazing. They've answered all my questions, and they even allowed me to nudge a little bit. So I appreciate them so much. Jasmine, where can they connect with you? Where can they support you and buy Mary Kay?
I'm always on Facebook, Jasmine Spencer, or Instagram at at the Mrs. _ Spencer. There, I do have my website, www.peculiar-royalty.com, and anywhere else on social media.
Awesome. Viola, where can they connect with you and support you and buy Mary Kay?
They can connect with me on Facebook. I'm Viola Harrel, or Instagram. It's So Pretty on Purpose.
I gotta make sure I'm following you pretty on purpose. Powerhouse Diamond, where can they connect with you and support you and buy Mary Kay?
You can connect with me on Facebook under Diamond Walls. I also have a customer-based group called Eyes on the Prize Glam Squad. So follow me there.
Eyes on the Prize. That's a familiar documentary. I like it. Nealita, where can they connect with you and support you and purchase Mary Kay?
If you support my girls on here, that's good enough for me, because when you support them, you support our unit. Or you can join. So I'm not going to give my website, but they can join my customer group, which is Glam Girls VIP on Facebook.
Awesome. Glam Girls VIP on Facebook. Make sure I put that in the link. I appreciate my guests. They have just been amazing. They have answered my questions. They've been fantastic. But you know what to do, guys. Connect with these amazing influencers. Connect with them. Support them in their businesses. Support Black businesses. Support people, period, right? They deserve it. You deserve it. We got a lot of great stuff coming out. The podcast is filled. I'm filling up April right now. We have so much content. It's crazy. Pray for me. But while you're praying, subscribe to the YouTube page below, because faith without works is dead. I almost said that wrong. I haven't been in church in a while. My bad. Faith without works is dead. So if you don't do this, then I don't want to hear your prayer. So look, I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys. It's been amazing.